Inside most people, there's a feeling of being separate. Separated from everything.
And
they're not. They're part of absolutely everyone. And everything.
Everything. I'm part of this tree. Part of Zach barking over fences. You're telling me that I'm part of some fisherman in Italy on some ocean I've never even heard of? No, some guy sitting on death row. I'm part of him too.
You don't believe me?
It's hard to believe that. All of that.
Well, that's because you have this spot that you can't see past. My Grams and Gramps had it. The spot where they were taught they were disconnected from everything.
So that's what they'd see if they could. That they're connected?
And how beautiful they really are. And that there's no need to hide or lie. And then it's possible to talk to someone without any lies. With no sarcasms, no deceptions, no exaggerations. Or any of the things that people use to confuse the truth.
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me.
Atma va idameka evagra asit nanyat kinchana mishat sa ikshata lokan sruja iti.
In the beginning, there was but the absolute self alone. Nothing else was.
There was no one to know who I am till I created this world at my pleasure with one word.
God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Nothing but the
And
silence
the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
The breath of the Creator
And God said,
flooded against the face
"Let
of the
there be
voidness.
light."
Let
And
there
there
be
was
light.
light. And God
light
saw
was.
the light, that it was good.
The first day. And the Creator made man, and by his side woman, father and mother of us all. He gave them a choice. Follow the temptation of darkness, or hold on to the blessing of light.
You were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
No wonder we feel cut off from everything, alienated, frightened of life and death. So what has to happen is we have to come back to a sane view of our own life, which is the way we really are, an organism functioning in terms of the whole environment, with the whole environment, instead of this funny little separate personality. But how are we going to do that?
By living life for itself, don't you see? Deriving pleasure from the gift of pure being.
Think of yourself as a manifestation of some higher thing, some higher frequency. This is the visible realization. And you know that because you can't see atoms, can you? And you certainly can't see the forces that hold atoms together. There, in the micro-quantum world, Richard, lie the answers to everything. We can't understand it with our logical, rational minds, but we feel it intuitively. Get yourself in alignment with that stuff and you beam like the sun.
And if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, faithless ones? Never, I've heard lots of sermons, never one enough, because people say, oh, that's all very well, because Jesus was the boss's son. And he knew, you see, that he was really in charge of the universe, and he's nothing to worry about. But we have to be practical. Oh? What do you suppose the gospel was? The good news. You too are the boss's son.
I pray that they may all be one. Father, may they be in us, just as you are in me and I am in you.
And God said, let there be light.
Unified field theories based on the superstring identify a single universal field of intelligence, an ocean of existence, at the basis of everything, mind and matter. And all the so-called particles of the universe, the forces in our universe, everything in the universe are just ripples on that ocean of existence. And all our separate consciousness, wherever there's consciousness, is merely consciousness by virtue of the fact that my consciousness, your consciousness, are ultimately that. Everything in the universe is really nothing but that. Planets, trees, people, animals, we're all just waves of vibration of this underlying unified superstring field. We are really united at our core. And ultimately the understanding that's emerging will be that there is only one consciousness in this room. And it is you. And it is me. And it is each and every one of us.
The real you is not a puppet which life pushes around. The real deep down you is the whole universe. You are something the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is something that the whole ocean